I hope you're happy with this.
Renz and his crew, he had 4 guys on the team here. They work from Saturday,
Yes, Saturday.
Sunday, Monday till late, and now today is Tuesday, and it's almost noon. They were here at 7 a.m. this morning.
Yeah, it's
and
powered already.
4 people. It worked out really well. Honestly, like it looks professional, very, very professional
Oh,
installation.
thank you, thank
Highly
you.
recommended, honestly.
Thank
It's,
you, thank you.
Really good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much
Thank you. Yeah.
for having us. Magandang araw mga ka-solar. So muli, tayo nagbabalik ang inyong ka-solar, si Solarens. So nandito tayo ngayon sa Bayangbang, Pangasinan. At meron tayong ini-install na 16 kilowatts hybrid on and off grid inverter. At ito ay nilagyan natin ng 17.6 kilowatts na solar panels. At ang gamit natin dito ay 32 pieces na 550 watts JA solar panels. Ang magiging connection natin dito ay mix ng series and parallel connection. So yung 32 pieces ay gagawin natin na 3 strings and dalawa yung 12 pieces na 550 watts. So string 1 and 2 magiging 12 pieces. Ang connection niya ay series and parallel. Kasi yung 6 pieces yun ang isi-series natin. At magiging dalawang 6 pieces na series at ipaparallel natin yung dalawang 6 pieces na yon. So magiging 12 pieces. At ganun din mangyayari sa string 2. Pero yung string 3 ay magiging 8 piraso lang. 8 piraso lang na solar panels pero series na lahat yon. So yung BOC, yung open circuit voltage ay pasok kahit gumawa tayo ng mix ng series and parallel connection. Kasi 49.9 yung BOC nito at 6 pieces lang naman yun. So less than 300 volts. Kasi nga pagka nag-connect tayo ng parallel, yung voltage ay nag-i-stay at yung amperahe ang tumataas. So since dalawa lang yung ipaparallel natin, dalawang series na 6 pieces ay magta-times to yung amperahe nito, yung ISC. At dahil nga 14 amperes ang ISC niyan, magiging 28 lang. Pero yung ating specs sa inverter na 44 amperes ang pwede ay pasok na pasok pa. So pasok ang string 1 and 2 dun sa specs. At ganun din sa string 3, mas lalong pasok kahit ang ginawa natin ay series connection dun sa 8 piraso. Dahil nagstay doon ang amperahe, yung ISC na 14 amperes, pero yung voltage nun, yun lang naman ang tumaas kasi nag-series yung 8 piraso, pero hindi pa umaabot yon ng 500 volts na maximum. So, yan ang ating solar panels, yun ang magiging connection yan lahat. At ipapakita ko sa baba yung ating inverter, battery, at yung ating modification especially sa mga bus bars para iwas tayo sa mga voltage loss. Yung ating grounding syempre kasama doon at yung mga connections. Okay, so baba na tayo. So ayan mga ka-solar, salukuyan na nating tinatap yung mga connections and gumamit tayo ng bus bar kasi tatlong malalaking battery ito. Ayan, tatlong 280 ampere hours. 1, 2, 3. So tatlong batteries. So nasa 40 kilowatt hours ang total power or energy. At kung makikita nyo, dito natin nilagay yung DC MCCB. Ayan. Nandiyan na rin yung ating automatic transfer switch. Pero kung mapapansin niyo mga ka-solar dito, ang connection natin ay wala doon sa grid. Wala kasi 130 volts lang dito. 135 ang pinakamababang voltahe. So magiging useless yung pagpasok ng grid. at hindi mapapaandar yung mga appliances. Kasi gaya nung mga nauna kong videos, kung ano yung pumapasok na voltahe dito ay kinokopya niya kahit lumalabas sa load side. Yun kung normal na mayroong pumapasok na AC in or grid. So ngayon, ang ginawa natin ay naka-gen port yan. So mag-charge lang yan pagka na-reach niya yung low voltage. Kung makikita nyo mga ka-solar, yung bus bar natin, ayan, positive, negative, para hindi tayo masyado magka-voltage loss dyan. At kung makikita nyo rito, naka-doble yung ating battery cable. Kasi nga, nasa 50 mm squared ang requirement nito dahil nga 16 kilowatts. Pero this is more than 50 mm squared na battery cable kasi nagparallel yan, so maabot ng 70 mm squared na yan. At yung mga connections natin dyan except dun sa gen port ay normal na nakikita natin. At hindi na tayo maglalagay ng city sensor kasi useless na rin yon dahil nga hindi natin pagaganahin yung grid. So ayan, gumamit din tayo ng heavy duty na ATS. Ang purpose lang niyang ATS na yan ay para pagka nag-maintenance tayo o kaya low battery, syempre may manual intervention tayo dyan dahil hindi kagaya ng connection sa grid side. Dito magkakaroon tayo ng manual intervention na pag bumaba na talaga yung voltage, mababa, halimbawa nag-brown out, hindi nagkakarga dahil maulan, so i-off na natin yung load side natin para ang gagamitin nila nalalabas dito ay sa grid, Senpalco, and at the same time magcha-charge dun sa battery. So ganun yung magiging work around yan. So tingnan natin, pagka natapos natin, papakita ko sa inyo na mag-e-X yung nasa taas, yung sa grid, at puro load side ang ating ang gagana dito. So yun mga ka-solar, ito hindi ko pa pwedeng i-parallel kasi nasa 25% yung SOC, yung state of charge. At ito naman 40% state of charge, ayan yung SOC, at parehas nito. So ang nangyayari bukas, i-charge muna ito, pero sa ngayon ay pwede na nating i-parallel nga itong dalawang ito. Ayan, so parehas ang voltage niyan, 52.65. Ayan, 52.65 din. So parehas ang voltahe except dito na sa gitna. So ang connection natin ayan sa likod, yan ang ating connection dyan. Merong communication cable nakakonect na rin. So hindi pa natin pwedeng i-up yung isa. So bukas pa pagka nag-charge tayo gamit ang solar. So at ayun na nga, nakakonect na yung tatlong strings natin, pero wala pang supply yan galing sa taas kasi nagtataas pa sila ngayon. So mga anim pa na solar panel yung ating itataas. Ayan, at ipatry na natin na kahit wala pa yung supply ng solar ay ipa-power up natin using battery. So yan yung mga batteries na tatlo. Ayan. At itong ATS natin, industrial type na automatic transfer switch 2-pole. Ibig sabihin dalawa. Ito yung load side. Ayan. At ito naman yung source from solar or inverter. Tapos sa likod yung sa distribution utility or sa DU. So ito naman mga to. Halimbawa ito, kulay green na to ay para sa mga solar panels yan. String 1, string 2, string 3. At ito naman ay control para sa ATS. Ito naman ay ang ating connection. Supposed to be grid side ng inverter, pero nilagay natin sa gen. Ayan, sa generator. para kung sakaling malobat ano yung ating battery, pag na-sense niya yon, saka lang mag-charge yung ating nakaabang na gen or yung Senpalco. So kung titingnan natin ano, yung ating specs ano, yung max PBISC, ayan, yung short circuit current para sa inverter nasa 44 amperes. Ayan. So tingnan muna natin yung solar panel na tinataas nila. So 44 'yon, di ba? 44 amperes. 44 amperes yung maximum PBISC. At kung makikita natin dito, 14 amperes lang 'yan. So 14 amperes yung ISC, na ibig sabihin yan, kahit mag-parallel tayo, magdodoble lang yan, no? So ibig sabihin 28 lang pagka parallel tayo ng dalawang tiga-anim na solar panels. Kasi pagka yung dalawang tiga-anim na yon ay series natin, yung amperahin ng panel na ito ay magiging 14, and then another series ng 6 pieces magiging 28. So pasok pa doon sa pinakita ko sa inyo na 44 amperes na DC na requirement ng ating solar charge controller na nasa loob ng inverter. So ayan yan. Kung makikita nyo, 49.9. So hindi tayo sasagad sa 500 volts DC dahil yung pinakamaraming series natin na gagawin ay 8 pieces na ganito. So 550 watts yun. So hindi yan lalampas sa 500 volts DC. Okay, so pasok na pasok pa rin yan. At ayun, kasalukuyan niya nating tinataas. Ayan. So mamaya ay okay na yan. So sa ngayon ano, dalawa nga yung dalawang ito na parehas ang ating pinaandar kasi ito mababa talaga. At kung makikita nyo, parehas lang ano, sabay na kumukuha ng 0.97 amperes. Ayan ang ating inverter kasi wala pang load yan, kaya parehas yung hugot niya. So ibig sabihin ay ito, nagko-communicate na yan sa ating inverter. 37.87. So parehas na parehas, no? Pati yung remaining capacity na 1111.6 at saka to parehas na parehas. At ganun din yan sa taas. Yung SOC, state of charge, nasa 40% yan. So tingnan natin sa taas, 40%. Ito. So, naka 40%. Ayan. Kita nyo. Pero doon sa ating battery, 40% na rin yan. So, makikita nyo naka X yung ating grid. Kasi hindi natin connect nun dahil kanina napakababa ng voltahe nila. So, mamaya itatap na lang natin dun sa main breaker nila. At magagamit na nila ito. Ayun mga ka-solar, so muli tayo nagbabalik ano, at dahil nga patapos na tayo, ayan, naglalagay na lang tayo ng ating sticker. Tapos na. Ang maximum PV input power niyan ay nasa 20.8 kilowatts. Pero ang nakalagay ngayon ay 17.6 kilowatts. So sa ngayon nag-ooperate ito as off-grid kasi ang ginawa na naman natin ay low voltage dahil mababa yung voltahe nito at ito yung sa output. So pagka maraming gumagamit, umaabot ng 130 ito. Pero pagka wala masyadong gumagamit, dahil ito yung Senpalco, umaabot ng 200. So itetest natin kung ilan yung voltahe. Kasi ang gusto ng client natin ay magkaroon ng stable na 230 volts. Okay. Yung Senpalco muna ang susukatin natin. Pag marami nang gumagamit, kagaya pag umandar na yung motor, ayan, nagwa 130 na lang. So, papakita natin, So, sa ngayon, nasa 204 lang. So, sa ibang mga videos ko, nasabi na natin doon na pagka ang input natin, ay nilagay natin sa grid line, ay kinokopya ng output natin. Pero sa ngayon, ito ay low voltage na naman uli. O ginamit natin yung generator port. Kaya ito naka-connect sa generator port. At kung ima-match natin yan, compare natin sa output mismo ng inverter natin na DEE, ito ay nasa 230. So consistent yan. So ito ngayon ang nagpa-power up at sa laki ng battery na to ay naka-off grid siya pero meron pa rin connection ng sa grid. So sa ngayon nasa 9 kilowatts ang ina-harvest. Wala pang 10 o'clock yan. So nakatatlong strings tayo dyan kung makikita nyo. So 8 pieces ito na PB3, naka-series lahat yan. Kaya makikita nyo mataas yung voltahe. At ulitin ko ang principle natin dito, pag nagsiseries tayo, tumataas ang voltahe. Pero pag nagpa-parallel tayo, nag-i-stay ang voltahe, amperes ang tumataas. So makikita nyo, mas mataas yung amperes nitong PB1 and 2. Ayan, medyo maganda-ganda na ang harvest. At ang baba ng kanyang konsumo. So ngayon, consistent na nag-charge sa battery. At mapupuno din niya yan. Baka mamaya-maya lang. Yan yung reserve kasi ito yung sa harap, yan ang normal. At ang normal natin ay nilagay natin sa load side ng ating inverter. So, ito yon. Load side at saka gen port. Ito, load and gen port, tapos nakabakante tayo dito sa grid. Ayan. So, ngayon, happy na ang client natin. Kaya, kukunan natin ng statement, ang ating client. At tatanungin natin siya tungkol dito sa kanyang setup. So, okay mga ka-solar, muli tayo nagbabalik at tapos na tayo sa ating solar setup. With here today, of course, the owner, our client, a good client, Sir Karsten. He is a Canadian citizen and he's now living here in the Philippines. By the way, sir,
yes.
How did you find our group?
I found you through YouTube. I was doing a search on YouTube and on the internet for low voltage in Philippines. So
Okay.
we have an issue here in Bayambang, and in particular our barangay here, where we have low voltage. We get between 208 to a low of 135. We're supposed to get 230 here for volts. So I looked at inverters.
Yes.
I looked at AVRs. And
AVRs.
AVR, I would have gone for that, but the voltage range is 160 to and up.
Yeah.
But we frequently go below 160. So I abandoned that. I looked at battery packs like from EcoFlow or
EcoFlow,
Bluetti. I looked
yeah.
at those. Those are very popular in the industry, especially in North America. And I queried EcoFlow to see, can you charge your batteries below 200 volts? They said no. So
No.
I abandoned that scenario as well.
Not a
That
good
would have
idea.
been expensive as well. Here we've got 45 kilowatt hours, correct?
It's actually 40 kilowatt hours
40
because
kilowatt
that's the
hours.
nominal
Yeah.
power.
Okay.
And each battery has 280 ampere hours capacity. And if we're going to get the energy storage, that can be multiplied to 51.2 as nominal voltage. So all in all, it's 40,600 watts.
Yes, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a
Yeah,
lot.
it's
So-
a big, yeah.
We have frequent brownouts, which I'm okay with. Like we're in a different country. In Canada, we rarely had brownouts. Here we have brownouts. I can understand. Sometimes they're scheduled.
Yeah.
So they from 8 a.m. or 6 a.m. till 5, 6 o'clock at night. Very, very common.
Yeah, it's a long brownout actually.
Yes, and I'm okay with that. We can go to the mall. We can go drive. We can just hang out with a fan, like a 12-volt fan. That's
Yeah.
fine. We're connected to a battery. No problems. Problem is the low voltage.
The low
So
voltage.
The fans won't work when we have electricity. Our
How about the AC, the aircon?
aircon blows hot air, just ambient room temperature air. So here in the Philippines, especially here in the northern province of Pangasinan,
Yes.
we experience 40 degrees heat
It's
during April.
really
The heat
hot.
wave. Yes. So we tried our aircon. We just installed aircon in December, and it's too hot.
Yeah.
Not working. Our neighbor's aircon not working. So it's not just ours. It's not just our barangay. It's many barangays in Bayambang.
And maybe even your water pump here.
Our water pump, it works in the morning and it works around noon. But anytime we have low voltage, like at nighttime, like from 6 p.m. till about 10, it keeps running.
Yeah.
It can't push the pressure. So our pump is starting to break. That's 20,000 pesos right there
Yes.
for to replace. We have old freezers. We have an old fridge upstairs, and it's based on the old compressor style.
Yes.
So we have an AVR that we spent 1,000 peso on. We switch that on. The compressor starts banging, so we have to turn off
So-
the fridge.
Yeah.
So we've got electricity, but we can't use any of the appliances when it's low voltage.
So your appliance is
It's
becoming useless.
Useless. So what's the
correct.
point of having electricity
Yeah.
from the utility provider
Yes.
when we can't use it?
And you pay, I think,
Oh, our-
consistent payment of.
Our
it's
payments
costly.
are between 6,000 and 7,000 peso per month, depending on the aircon load.
Okay.
We pay 12 peso per kilowatt hour.
Yeah, 12
so-
pesos.
This install isn't, inexpensive. It's a little bit expensive. So the return on equity is not what I'm looking for, like the ROI.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
just
looking
sold
for
the
that, yeah.
low voltage
Solve the low
and
voltage.
okay with you.
Yeah. Back in 2012, my mother-in-law passed because there was a low
Low voltage.
brownout,
Yeah.
and she needed a nebulizer.
She
and
need a
there's
nebulizer.
there's no power, so she passed.
Oh.
A few months ago, my father-in-law, who's still alive, he needed a nebulizer. We had low voltage; it wasn't working, so we took the AVR that was from upstairs, brought it down to his room, and it was just barely enough to have the nebulizer working.
Okay.
So because of that, I said we need to find a solution. I found you on YouTube. One of your recent videos was low voltage.
yes.
And I studied that. I translated from Tagalog to
Yeah.
English to try to
That
understand.
made difficult for you to understand.
Yes. So I figured, okay, who knows if this guy is going to respond to my email. I sent out an email thinking it would never get anywhere. Within a minute, my phone beep alert from SolarWinds. Huh?
It's a quick
I said-
response.
And they said, you have WhatsApp, so we can talk,
Yeah.
chat. within the next day, literally the next day, it was a Friday I contacted you.
Yeah.
The next day, 24 hours later,
I made the visit.
contact me here. You visited me. You said, "What's your needs?" and explained the need. And you had one customer that also had low voltage and explained to me how you did it.
Yeah.
You explained during your process here how you did it. And I said, "This is what I need." So, yeah, it's a lot of money, but
Yes, of course, it's a lot.
it's worth it in terms of the low voltage issue.
Yeah, you solved the low voltage issue.
So
Yeah.
we should be okay with about 40 kilowatt hours for maybe 1 or 2 days. It's our first day to use the batteries.
Yes.
Our meter's not spinning today. And if you look, you can see, look at this clean installation. Look, like this is, I asked Renz, also another
Yeah,
thing to mention here, very important. We have a lot of dust. We live in an agricultural
Yeah, so
farming
many
area.
dust.
So it's different than Manila. So we have lots of dust, lots of bugs, lots of flies, ants. And I noticed in Renz's videos that he uses slotted
Yeah,
race
it's slotted,
lanes.
yeah.
And that's perfectly fine for a lot of indoor usage. We're outdoors here, but covered. So I asked Renz, can you supply us with covered aluminum?
Yeah,
Doesn't
non-slotted.
matter whether it's steel or pipes or whatever, but this is what Renz came up with. Look at how clean this is. So it's going to prevent the dust and the bugs from getting
Yes.
into our cables, eating our cables, destroying them. So long-term wise, I think this is a good solution here. Really.
Yeah, and I augment our installation. Like we use the bus bar, which we do not use before.
Yes.
Because of the scarcity of the materials, like what I've said, we were using 50 millimeter square then for battery cable, but now we are using a thick bus bar,
Very
positive
thick,
and negative. 2 meters, of course, 1 meter for the positive and 1 meter also for the negative. So
Very
that
thick bus, copper.
yeah, it's a copper, pure copper. Yeah, copper bus bar, so that the voltage loss can be avoided, or maybe if it's not avoided, very minimal. Yeah, yeah. I hope you're happy with this.
Renz and his crew, he had 4 guys on the team here. They work from Saturday,
Yes, Saturday.
Sunday, Monday till late, and now today is Tuesday, and it's almost noon. They were here at 7 a.m. this morning.
Yeah, it's
and
powered already.
4 people. It worked out really well. Honestly, like it looks professional, very, very professional installation.
Thank you.
Highly recommended, honestly.
Thank
It's,
you, thank you.
Really good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much
Thank you.
for having us. From the beginning, you made a challenge to me that I should find this cover, the cable tray,
Yep.
and for 2 days, I said, I'll find it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you, Renz. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
And very easy as well in terms of dealing right away with WhatsApp, by email. He responds. He's not going to let you hang or anything like that. Answered all my questions. And no problem. Payment-wise, all electronic transfer. So very simple to do.
Yeah, actually, you are one of the fastest paying clients. If someone asking if we do or offer installment, it's an absolutely no, because we are buying this on cost basis. That's why we need an immediate replenishment of fund.
So no utang.
No utang, actually. That's right. Yeah. So again,
Great,
thank you.
Good job. Thank you very much, Renz.
Yeah, yeah.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enter your team.
So, ayun mga ka-solar, ano, sabi ni Kirsten, ano, nasisiyahan siya sa ginawa natin dahil ito, dati nakikita niya kasi mga slotted yung ginagamit natin, pero gumamit tayo ng aluminum, ayan. At yung cable tray na yan ay talagang naka-sealed naman dahil nga sa marami mga dust dito. So, nagustuhan niya yan. At yung ating mga nilagay na materyales ay para sa kanya hindi tinipid. So, ayun mga ka-solar. Kung may tanong kayo sa presyo, ayan, ay sasagutin ko na lang dyan sa comment section, ano, para maibahagi ko sa inyo. Kasi hindi na ako, kung napapansin niyo sa mga videos ko, hindi na ako naglalagay ng mga price kasi nagbabago talaga. So, maaaring yung mga nailagay kong presyo nung nakaraan ay medyo mataas dahil nga nagiging volatile ang price ng mga solar panels, ng mga inverter at battery just because of the exchange rate of dollar. So, nakadepende tayo doon. Kaya, mag-message na lang kayo or mag-comment kayo and then sasabihin ko doon yung presyo. So, bago natin tapusin ang video, gusto ko lang ipaalam na nag-i-install tayo hindi lang sa Manila dahil Manila-based nga tayo ay nasa Quezon City. At kalimitan yan na tinatanong sa PM sa akin kung saan ang location. So dito, malalaman ninyo na kami ay nakakarating at nakapag-install na sa iba't ibang lugar. Kagaya ng Mindanao, meron kami sa Cagayan de Oro, meron kami sa Samar, sa Visayas. Meron kaming malalaking installation dyan. 32 kilowatts sa Samar, sa Cagayan de Oro, 16 kilowatts. Pero kung masyadong malayo na talaga yung lugar, nagkakaroon kami ng minimum solar power setup na hybrid na 16 kilowatts. Pero pagka yung malapit lang o nearby provinces, but not lower than 5 kilowatts. Yun ang ating range. Kasi cost-wise and transportation expenses ay nababawi namin pagka mas mataas kesa sa 5 kilowatt system. So, kung taga Baguio kayo, taga Northern Luzon, Bicol, basta yung buong Luzon at Visayas, Mindanao, meron kaming pwedeng installan dyan, at mag-usap na lang tayo sa laki or capacity ng system. So, maraming salamat at usap ulit tayo sa susunod na video. Ang inyong kasolar, si Solarens.